the white privilege.
Here we go.
Oh, fine. Like it's just background music.
Here we go.
Music for sure.
My problem with this is the white privilege. Sorry, I'm gonna call it out on Ramadan.
Okay.
It's the white privilege in this. It's the old fool us with some good hip hop, and then make the turn. Make the turn
Let's see
later
him do
on.
the country turn.
Or the rock turn.
The rock turn.
At least
My problem, but I mean, when Post Malone did it, boy, did he have some slaps coming.
Yeah.
When he finished all that Allen Iverson stuff, some slaps were on the way. Don't make me pull up that Burning Hollywood album. Don't make me pull that album up. And the country album wasn't bad. Look at me glazing Post Malone again. He didn't do it like Post Malone to me. This sounds
I don't
like
think he was trying to.
I know, and that's back to the white privilege. This sounds like, white people take the seasonings from everywhere.
And now that was like kind of my take, and I know you know they're gonna get into it a little later, but I want to qualify this before they do. That was kind of my take, is that whether Jack Harlow likes it or not, this is gonna be looked at as a soft pivot away from hip hop. And in a time where hip hop, we have billboards, Spotify is putting up billboards, or billboards putting up billboards. I can't remember which institution it was, saying rap needs new leaders. There was a time where you were being touted as the new guy, that people were saying like, you're going to be the white Drake. And instead of, during hip hop's hard times, you release another hip hop, not another hip hop classic. He doesn't have a hip hop classic yet, but you strive and aim towards creating your best rap in this moment at a time where hip hop is lacking. You decide to do what a lot of other white artists have done and been criticized in the space for doing, and making a soft pivot into another genre. Some people will say it's like getting away from black music, but I think it's always deeper than just black and white. It's about hip hop, and it's about staying in hip hop and appreciating and respecting hip hop and everything that it does for you in a cultural cachet way, paying that back to the culture. Because Jack Harlow is one of those acts that come from a time where hip hop was the most dominant genre on the planet. It was what everybody was talking about. Everyone wanted to be involved in it. Its heights. That's when Jack Harlow rose to his prominence. And now, you got to benefit from that. You got to build your brand, your fan base. You got to go on tour with other big acts. You worked with ESTG, even though it looked like you were giving him the alley-oop there, whatever it may be. Drake embraces you. The culture has fully embraced you. Hip-hop, not black culture. Not black culture. Because I don't even know if Jack Harlow hip-hop fans are a lot of black people. And I think this is why artists pivot, because they realize this. You have a fan base. Your fan base isn't necessarily synced in with the culture of hip hop, and a lot of these people that are big fans of hip hop, they age out of it. Some of my college friends who are white, they were really, really into hip hop when I first met them and stuff like that. That's all they listened to. Gunna, Young Thug, Lil Pump, this era, 2016 SoundCloud. And now, they don't listen to hip hop anymore. They want to listen to like Burna Boy, Afro beats, stuff like that. My boy Gabe in particular, he's like this. My boy Khan, he's still knee deep in hip hop, making beats and stuff like that, doing his thing. He never switched up on it. He's still in lock and step with hip hop. But a lot of these fans, especially these college backpack rappers, their fans age out, and they're trying to stay with their fans. They're trying to stay congruent with the money. They don't want to get away from the money. So they make this soft pivot into another genre. So even though Jack Harlow's joking with the New York Times and saying, I got blacker, I went deeper into the genre. No, you didn't get blacker. You're still pivoting. You're still pivoting, because no one looks at, I guess people do maybe look at neo soul as a black art or whatever, but as my coworkers pointed out on the Tuesday show, there's a lot of white soulful singers and R&B, neo soul, whatever you want to be. You know what I'm saying? It's never just black and white. We want it to be black and white, but it's never just black and white. So maybe this is Jack Harlow trying to be more mature, trying to make a soft pivot. but he's doing it in a way that it wasn't a super heavy land. And now the spectacle around your album is the biggest talking point. People aren't really talking about the music. I myself, I haven't really gone to listen to it because I'm not really in the mood to review a Jack Harlow neo soul album. If the music is good, the music is good. If the music is bad, the music is bad. They said the music wasn't good. I mean, the music was good, but it wasn't great. That's enough of a review for me. That's enough of a review for me. But the main conversation around this is this just another white act leveraging black culture to gain popularity, fame, and approval to then take that audience and that money somewhere else, right? And I think it's fair to kind of think of it that way when it comes to Jack Harlow. I think his intentions are a little better than some of the other acts that have done this, and I don't think he'll come out and talk negatively about hip hop, but I think he should have kept it hip hop, bruh. He should have kept it hip hop. And there's a lot of label politics too that they talk about in this.
This
clip.
sound like a Janae album.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Like this sound like he heard all his favorite black slaps at a cookout. This sound like what in the name of Glenn? This sound like a Glenn Lewis. This sounds like a Glenn Lewis. Yep. This sounds like this is a Jimmy Cozier album. What in the name of sometimes I love her and sometimes I love her not is the going on here?
I think he did an interview with the New York Post, and he said that he was blacker at this sound.
Huh?
That's going to get some blacker. I know that's going to get some backlash, but
I think it was the Times. I hope it was the Times.
It was New York Times with
not Post.
No, did I say the Post?
You said the Post.
I said my bad.
Yeah.
New York Times. And he said that the sound was blacker or something like that.
I'm not saying you didn't retreat into a whiter genre. In fact, you arguably went deeper into.
I got blacker
music.
Yeah.
Deeper into.
That's what I'm saying. It feels like you were at an Atlanta-based cookout or function, right?
He was with Monica.
Your girlfriend Monica, y'all was fly at the time. You sent her to go make a plate because Future, somebody there f***ed her already. She's comfortable in the cookout, walking around. And a Gunna slap came on. This sounds like you tried your best Gunna.
Oh, I don't get that. It sounds like
Nah, complete miss on this take, Joe. Complete miss on this take. But as a young dude in this, trying to get my name up, I see, boy, you just throwing stuff out there, boy. You just throwing paint at the canvas and seeing what sticks. Try to sell it for $1 million every day. We just gonna throw paint at the canvas. We gonna see what sticks, and we gonna try to sell it for much more than these $3.99 supplies that we got from the art store. I feel it.
like he was trying his best.
I feel it.
I don't know.
Sounds like sad white Gunna without the bid. This sounds like Gunna without the Young Thug case.
It's way too soul coded compared to Gunna for me
This
personally.
shit is a catastrophe.
I'm with you on that.
I'm with you
part.
there, but just don't compare. Don't even mention this with nothing Gunna has done.
In the context,
Yeah, that is disrespectful.
Very.
in the context of the New York Times people interviewing him, who I like typically.
I love them.
This feels like a white guy making quote unquote black music for white guys that want to. You know what I mean? It's
Wanna
like,
fit in.
Yeah.
You know the meme with the dude in the pool and the girl, and he's like, "Yo, my name is Chad. This is his playlist."
Yo, that's the take though. That is the take though, for sure. Like Jack Harlow should have led with that. Like this is the meme of the white dude pushing up on the black woman in the pool, talking about what's up. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with it. You know what I'm saying? I got a little 1-2 step. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go to the cookout with you, baby. That's 100% what this is. And like shout out to Jack Harlow though, as an artist pushing boundaries and trying to grow in his craft. Lots of artists are not doing this anymore. I don't know if there's features on this album and stuff like that, but just risk taking in music is something that I don't see a lot of the younger artists doing, and it's something that's fundamental in rap to do this. One of the biggest criticisms in rap, and he's not doing this in rap, I know, is that a lot of the popular rappers like Lil Baby, even you could throw Gunna into this, you could throw Big X to plug into this. Who else? That's enough examples so far. people accuse them of making the same song over and over and over and over again, and it tends to get old. Rap was once dominated by a man named Kanye West, who was heavily inspired by Prince, whether he said this out loud or not. But I remember some OG was giving me game back in the day about this, my ex-girlfriend's mom, and we were discussing the Yeezus album and how much she didn't like it, but she liked it not from sonically, it wasn't for her, but she liked it from an art perspective because Kanye had reinvented himself again. And she was a big Prince fan, and she was like, I know that he was a big inspiration in his career from, the depth in mastering music instruments, making beats and stuff like that, but constantly reinventing himself. If I were to pull up a list of Kanye's albums, right now, every single Kanye album, he reinvents himself. And that's important, to try new sounds, to try new, just be new. Try new sounds, try new rhyme patterns, try to sing, make a gospel tape. You know what I'm saying? Make a rage rap tape or whatever, or more sonically progressive. At 2013, I don't think you can say Yeezus is a rage rap tape. Watch the Throne, kind of like a returning back to hip hop, Pete Rock, lots of sampling, kind of really catering to Jay-Z on that one, but having songs like No Church in the Wild, where you're really pushing the envelope with Frank Ocean vocals. You got N-Words in Paris, Otis, New Day. You know what I'm saying? Very classic hip hop feels, but still pushing the envelope. 808s and Heartbreaks, totally revolutionary at that time. Totally revolutionary at that time. There's rapping on it, but there's a lot of singing. Artists are not doing this nowadays. They're not reinventing themselves enough. Life of Pablo, you get a different feel. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, we rapping. Graduation, it's a culmination of kind of that late registration feel. It's sonically progressive. The 808s are humming on it. Yo, these new rappers, man, they don't reinvent themselves. They don't look to their forefathers for the inspiration that's needed. And that's why you have rappers like Drake and Kanye and Drake and Future, who are later in their career still dominating the game, because they come from that elite lineage in rap where it's all about pushing yourself, pushing your sound, becoming fresh, reinventing yourself. Drake made a goddamn house album. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Of course, you're going to have Lush calling it whack and being critical of it. All the OG hip hop heads are like, this ain't it. Da, da. But from an artistry standpoint, you have to understand, hip hop exists within the realm of art. There can be a lot of things that are quote unquote hip hop and culture appropriate and stuff like that, but you still have to make it art. You still have to strive, sharpen your brush, sharpen your pen, and put it next to, because when you go to the Grammys and we're talking about album of the year, you're not just going to be competing against hip hop albums. You're going to be competing against every other album. So, you got to keep those things in mind.
Yeah, I agree
So
with you.
shout out
I'm
to
not
Jack
saying
for
that
pushing
every
himself.
song on here is bad.
It's not bad.
No, it's
What
not.
I'm saying is
It's well produced.
it's produced. What I'm saying is, when you handed this in to Drama didn't want to yell on this.
About that, I noticed
Drama didn't want to scream over this.
Let him finish.
No, about that. I looked at the credits. There was no Generation Now logo
say that.
attached.
Says
It's just Atlantic Records.
Did you know that, Freeze?
Fam.
Now that you're death row.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to it.
Okay, so this is where I feel like some of the industry politics come into play. I didn't play this part of the clip, but Joe said that he thought that Jack Harlow might just be in Atlantic Records purgatory with the Grange kid coming in and taking over. A lot of people aren't necessarily privy to this unless you pay attention to music industry, politics closely, or business closely. A lot of people on that label are in, transition of power, like purgatory. New regime comes in, they don't value certain acts as much as certain acts. So let's see, who's running Atlantic? because I want to be correct here. Okay, so Elliot Grange is running Atlantic, and if I'm not mistaken, Cardi B is on Atlantic, and she had a very interesting I'm in Atlantic Records Purgatory Sirens before her album came out, where she said, y'all think I'm not working. I'm working. I am sending the label songs, but they're basically telling me it's not good enough by their inaction. So don't call me lazy. Don't think I'm not working. I'm working. They're just not putting out uh my product, my art, right? So I feel like maybe with Elliot taking on the label, he has a different vision for what he values, what he wants to put out. The economy's slow, the music economy is slow. It takes money to do these things, and people probably don't want to give a lot of money to projects and stuff like that. But what's interesting here is that DJ Drama Generation Now, they're nowhere on they're nowhere on this Jack Harlow album credits. So maybe there was a bit of a tug and pull in the background about, hey, rap is slow. We heard your rap, songs. They're not doing it for us. We're not putting this out. A lot of people think that last Jack Harlow album was a flop. I don't think it was a flop. I enjoyed a lot of songs on it. Not the commercially successful stuff, but like Movie Star was good. I think the intro was good. Of course, the commercial stuff, the song with Drake was good. I think there was more good on that album than there was bad. I remember listening to it just because I was curious about, what is Jack gonna do off of the Drake feature? That was really, really big, getting a Drake feature, and I wanted to know what the rest of the album was gonna be like. I think Like a Blade of Grass is another one of my songs that I like on there. Nail Tech, I think that was one of the lead singles as well. So I think that more of the songs on that album were better than they were bad. But yeah, maybe like I said, when it comes to the politics, they weren't feeling him as a rap act, and they were like, okay, you want to put out this neo soul thing, you want to get away from rap, we want to keep your face clean on that side of we don't want lower numbers for your rap music, because of those, when the sales come back and that rap stuff flops, people ain't gonna be checking for you again. They're gonna start saying you washed. All the hip hop media is gonna say Jack Harlow never lived up to his potential. Done with them. Done with them. That's what's gonna happen. That's hip hop is cannibalistic. It eats its own, right? So they let him put out the neo soul thing, but Drama saying, "Hey, snatch all my management. We not a part of this move," because Drama's probably already knowing the way that this is gonna be perceived. Another white act pivoting away from, the culture, the hip hop culture, and Atlantic might be looking at it like, "Hey, every time you white dudes pivot away from hip hop culture, you make more money. So let's soft pivot with the neo soul stuff. Let's get them ready for the hard pivot, because we finna go pop, baby. We finna go pop off in that bank account. You know what I'm saying? We finna go pop, and we gonna run it up with Jack Harlow. He got the song Dua Lipa, but he's gonna have a song with Dua Lipa. Doja Cat feature coming around the corner. It's politics. It's politics as usual. You know what I'm saying? And Jack, he got bills to pay too now. He got bills to pay too, so he might have went along with what the new regime is telling him, and is that, hey man, hip hop is drying up. We don't know when this stuff's gonna pop off again. You're a white guy. You need to pivot. You need to grow up with your audience. We need to think about the future. You know what I'm saying? There's $5 million over here in hip hop, but there's $10 million here in pop, and we could turn that $10 million into $30 million. We take 20, you take 10. That's good business, right? So I think the conversations around this are warranted. I do think that this is another white act pivoting away from hip hop. I think we need to stop saying white people pivoting away from black culture and really talk about the genre specific movements that are happening. Yeah.
I don't pay attention to East Coast music.
Come to death row.
Come to death row.
Yo, but I think that's pretty much all of the clip. It's 2:43 right now. I'm running into the news. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. That's been another live stream. I'm gonna do this more. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my sub goals up. I wanna, really get this channel going. Start dropping more streams. Start dropping more video reviews and think pieces, talking about politics, sports.